Most men rely on motivation, but what they really need is discipline. If you ever felt like you've just lost your momentum, you don't have that motivation, and you want to build that discipline, this video will completely change the way you go about things. So I was on a coaching call with one of my clients just yesterday, actually, and he'd said how he'd missed a session and a couple of sessions, and then that led into like 1 to 2 weeks, and he was dreading our check-in call.
With me, man, like once I stop showing up for like 2 or 3 days, just like that habit forming just seems to derail so quick.
And if you have ever felt that way and you want to build your discipline, then this video will help you. Now, I'm not a neuroscientist, but I studied sports science, studied masters in high performance sport. For the last 4 years, I've been helping men every day rebuild their athleticism and their discipline. So how do we build disciplined habits and not rely on motivation? Well, I'm going to take you through a very simple framework that is embedded in neuroscience. It actually comes a little bit from the book Atomic Habits and through some work I've been doing with a neuroscientist myself. So if we use the example of my client, he said, you know, man, like I'm just the type of person that when I miss a couple of sessions, I just completely drop off. So straight away there, he's identified as being that type of person. And that could be in anything in your life. Like, oh, I'm just the type of person who I just sleep in, or I always hit snooze. I'm just a lazy person. Like, you're identifying as that person, and we need to like rewire that. We need to flip the script. The longer you wait to create that discipline, it's more time missing out on being that best version of yourself. The first step is to identify as someone who is disciplined, who is confident, who is a fit, healthy person. Now, pro tip, this could be quite hard to tell yourself that and think like that, because our brain isn't fooled easily. So another way around, you can say, I'm building towards being a fit, healthy person. Identifying it alone won't matter. You need to take action, okay? So doing those first steps that align with this new identity that you've given yourself. In Atomic Habits, he makes about making these first actions like easy, obvious, attractive, and satisfying. And in my example, I spoke about going to the gym. It's like you need to put your workout clothes out the night before, or before you go out for work. So then when you wake up in the morning, you see your clothes and you go work out, or you get home from work, you see your clothes and you go work out. Like, that's the cue to then go and take action. Then once you go to the gym and you get the workout done, you're going to get hit with some dopamine, and your brain's going to start telling you that, yes, you are the type of person that works out. It's giving you evidence for it. And then from there, you just need to repeat it. You need to keep showing up, going to, stacking workouts, giving more evidence of it for yourself. And in the book, it talks about giving yourself that reward. So you'll get dopamine, that sometimes to stack these days, you might need to reward yourself. And in the example I said to my client, it was like, once I get this workout done, I am going to reward myself with a nice like boost smoothie, a healthy, tasty smoothie. Or it might be after I complete 5 workouts for the week, I'm going to reward myself with a new workout top, okay? So giving yourself that reward can really help drive action, and then make it, repeat it. And then eventually we're going to really become confident in this new identity. So you identified as, I'm a fit, healthy person. You took action. You get that dopamine hit. You're constantly providing evidence for it, that I am the person I said I am, repeating it, and then you become that new person.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. Like, you sort of get them. It's like that cycle, right? Like, you believe it, and then you actually do it, and then that reinforces, and then you believe it even more, so you keep on doing it.
Yeah.
No, I'm sort of dreading this conversation, because just fell off the rails a bit, just the last 2 weeks, but it's time to get back to work.
So personal story to help drive this home, and then I'll leave you with like a closing lesson, is when I was at LSU, I played my first 2 games and I was not confident, and I was not punting the ball well at all. You can go back and look. It was very, very bad. But you don't have time to be bad in college football. I heard about this thing about like fake it till you make it. And I was just like, okay, I've just got to start I started telling myself, I am a gun punter. I'm a confident punter. And then I was like, okay, well, what actions does a gun punter take? It's doing more drill work. It's analyzing more film. And literally, like within the week, I got to game day and I was feeling a bit better about myself. I was like, okay, a gun punter carries himself. He's excited to go out on the field. He's thinking, yes, I get to show everyone what I can do instead of, oh crap, I hope I don't mess up. So I go out there, first punt, it's like 40 something yards. Not amazing, but like decent. Like you take it, like 41, 42 yards. You're like, sweet. Come off the field and you're like, all right, sweet. So identified as, someone who's confident gun punter, did the action. And then I'm like, okay, that was evidence. I can do this. If I can do it once, I can do it twice. So then the very next punt, I've got a bit more confidence about myself because I've got the evidence for it. 60 something yards down to the 2-yard line. Amazing. So more evidence, more repetition, starting to get more confident in this identity. Game goes on and it's getting quite close. And it's like, okay, I'm telling myself, I'm confident, I'm a gun punter. This could actually come down to me. And sure enough, we're backed up. There's a couple minutes to go. We're hanging on to a lead. We need a good punt to get them out of field goal range to give our defense a chance. And sure enough, I go out there, hit a 60-something yard punt, and the defense goes out there and we end up winning the game. So literally within a week of transforming my identity, I was able to build more confidence in myself. But then a couple of years later, when that, I'm no longer an athlete, I'm in the real world, fell off, lost my edge a little bit. And I'm like, hey, well, what helped me back, when I was, my confidence, best self, it was saying, okay, I am a fit person. And not only that, I was like, you know what? I am the fittest version of myself. And this is at 32 years of age. And sure enough, I'm like, your brain's like, hey, what habits are in alignment with the fittest version of yourself? Well, they work out every day. They eat clean. So then when I'm like grocery shopping, I'm not going down those bad aisles. I'm not grabbing their food because what would the healthiest, fittest version of me do? They wouldn't do that. And it's crazy just how this becomes part of your lifestyle, part of your identity when you, tell yourself it, you take those actions, literally the neuroscience, you get that dopamine reward, you find more evidence for it, keep repeating it, and then you become very confident in this new identity. And now sometimes it's not going to be this quick transformation. It will take time. And it's about just small habits daily, stacking it, and then you'll turn around and be like, oh my God, I am this version of me that I said I was. It's crazy. You don't need more motivation. You just need to identify as the version of you that you want to be and create those habits, make it easy, obvious, satisfying, reward yourself. And if you want more videos like this to rebuild your discipline, become more athletic, become the best version of yourself, then make sure you hit subscribe.